They also have the siege tank for very very strong defense. It's actually pretty hard to hold a gold whenever you're up against the Protoss as well, because yeah, they have the siege tanks to easily just snipe off your Nexus or Hatchery or whatever you're playing, and just easily get destroyed from, especially in the middle where there's a large area, as you have said. But anyway, yeah, I'm looking forward to what's gonna happen here. We do have a reactor right here on one of those barracks as well, and a factory on the way as well. So he's just playing macro or basic right now, as he is adding a bunker on that front ramp as well.
Well, he's making me feel like he wants to go for maybe a Thorazane type build. Though it's interesting how he's not too focused on taking off that second gas, since it seems like he is going for some sort of tech play. I'm going to be interested to see if he throws down that starport fast, and it looks like he's not, so I think he's going to go for another one of these tank plays. He seems to favor the tanks in this matchup. And he got supply stuck there for a second too, if you notice, so I don't know if that's going to throw off his build any.
Yeah, it's always hard whenever you get supply block, like your timing gets off, and whenever this thing is done, then you're not gonna know because you're still behind in food supply whenever your supply block and stuff like that. So yeah, it gets pretty complicated, gets pretty hairy whenever you get supply block. But anyway, we do have a command center going down right here for LiuBei, so he's gonna go for an expansion and still gonna go for starport. So we might see Banshees. Most likely some Banshees because he's already lifting up the factory, and most likely he's gonna transfer that starport to where the tech lab is, and yeah, might see some Banshee harassment with another barracks going up here as well.
Yeah, very interesting play to see sort of a tech expand, you know, but it looks like it's pretty well executed. He's got a lot of Marines. I'd like to see some bunkers going down on the low ground when he moves down there, because I feel like he doesn't have enough, especially if he's not going to be building those tanks and going for the Banshees instead. Also, I wouldn't mind seeing, if he's not going to use the factory, you might want to lift it and use it for a little bit of scouting, looking for proxy pylons and stuff, but yeah. Again, throwing away the factory can always be dangerous too, so I'm not upset that he's going to keep that. Over at Def's base, it looks like pretty standard. Wants to get Colossus because you have that open expansion, and wants to have just a very safe expansion, I think, and transition into a bit of a later game. I don't think he's going to do this on one base.
So yeah, is that robotics bay a little bit earlier than usual timings, or is that just
it looks a bit normal. I mean, it depends as compared to what. I actually didn't catch if he went gateway robo or 2 gateway robo. So I think that's significant, but yeah, the fact that there's not 3 gateways means it's, you know, it's slightly early. And here you go, you're going to see a Colossus with not a lot of gateway units, and looks like the probe's already getting ready for an expo.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome indeed. Oh yeah, the Protoss is actually expanding, and also the Terran is actually a little bit in the lead because he does have the command center or orbital command ready right now, so he can just drop down the first mule and then gonna lift up that orbital command in just 1 second. A Raven is out already as well here for LiuBei to detect any cheese place, I guess, or yeah, to just be there, because point defense drones are always good against stalkers, because there's always a tendency that blink stalker plays is gonna be happening in this map because of that low ground expansion right there on the third. And yeah, blink stalkers can just easily blink up and blink down from that high ground whenever they want to just continuously harass this expansion right here by the Terran. Well, we're not really gonna see that anytime soon, as we do have a Stargate going up as well here for Mr. Def.
Yeah, I think it's very interesting that he did kill that observer, because that's so annoying for Protoss. I mean, he's not going to get much vision of that Terran base. I'm just going to have a look quick at his vision. He did see the expo, so he saw pretty much everything he needed to see. He doesn't know that there's going to be a lot of Vikings coming now with that starport switching over. And I don't know about this timing attack here. I feel like the defense is pretty strong, but with that one Colossus, that's pretty much what he has against this army. A nice force field. Unfortunately, it slips through, and I don't feel like he's going to be doing anything here. Stim's going to finish soon, and if he doesn't get out of there by the time that finishes, he's going to be in big trouble. Vikings have great angle there. They can go hide in the third base of the Terran and just snipe those Colossus, and Def's smartly pulling back here into a safer position.
Yeah, I think he knows that the front area is pretty much well defended already, and those Vikings are out, as you have said, so it's pretty much not advisable for him to attack. But no, he's gonna go for the a little bit of sniping here on the main base of LiuBei. He might be able to snipe off a tech lab right here if he wants, so we will see. Is he gonna be able to take that down? There's no thermal lens finished yet, so we might see. Oh no, the Vikings are back here. So how much damage are you gonna be able to do on that Colossus right there? Not a lot. And yeah, LiuBei is gonna try his best to save that tech lab, because tech labs are actually quite useful and not really dispensable, because they do take a little bit of time to make, and yeah, they're gonna throw you off your play again if you lose one of those things.
Yeah, and it was very actually risky there. I'm not sure I like that play because there wasn't a whole lot of damage one Colossus can do to a Terran's base, and there was one Stalker and 2 sentries. So if the Vikings decided to chase, they could have hit on the right side of the map and just dealt a lot of damage to those Colossus, and the toss player would be crying right now. I mean, he'd just be in tears.
Yeah, that's
He's going.
true. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, okay. He's going for this Phoenix Colossus play. I kind of like it. It's very weak if they over-exaggerate their Vikings and just build a lot of Vikings. It kind of rolls over everything. But it's going to make this Raven a lot less useful because Phoenix take out the point defense drones a lot faster than anything else, than Stalkers for sure. As well as it's going to just absorb hits from the Vikings. So if he doesn't keep producing Vikings constantly, this build is going to work really great. And also it lets him catch the medevacs that are going to be running up the right and left side and all across the map. You can actually punish those instead of letting them hide behind your base and then drop you constantly. And you live in a life of constant fear of medevacs dropping your probes.
Yeah, man, that's always really horrible, and especially from a Zerg's point of view, those drops, those are so irritating whenever you see them landing all over your base. It's pretty bad. And it looks like LiuBei is gonna go for a timing push right here. He does have a lot of Vikings right here already, and those are a good number of Marauders in that mix, and the Raven, yeah, is gonna be a big deal actually. But then again, 3 Colossus are out already. I'm not sure if Def is available, or if he knows he's moving out, or no, he's actually just gonna try to go for the gold expansion right now. So third base is gonna be a gold expansion for LiuBei.
Yep, I'm going to grab that gold, and maybe that's why I picked this map, but I'm kind of surprised that he didn't go for more tank play here, since he's taking the gold. But then again, you have that nice big hole you can put your Vikings in and shoot the Colossus all day, and here comes Phoenix, going to do some damage. Oh, but actually this is not good at all if he's going to lose those or take a lot of damage, because that is his main anti-air force right now. He has 1 Stalker and still 2 sentries, and he's going for 2 Stargates now, and it's an interesting play. I don't know if I like it. Well, it'll depend on if it works, mostly. But there's so many Vikings here. I think that this could really backfire on him.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this is really gonna be the best. But have you tried this play before against a Terran, like this kind of composition?
Yeah, I have. And my feelings about Vikings is you really have to, one, get a lot of map vision with them. You have to use them a lot to make them worth it. So you want to get those mules. You want to pick up the SCVs, especially the ones mining gas or building buildings, because that's so annoying. And then you want to know exactly what the Terran has. But like I said, exaggerated Vikings, and then also if there's a lot of Marines, once those Phoenix die, what is there left? There's Colossus, and then there's a few Gateway units.
Yeah, that's
Phoenix
true.
die, Colossus die, Gateway units are laughable.
Oh,
and bad force fields. Oh no!
I'm wondering what he was trying to go. Maybe there was a little bit of lag before that force fields. It's always an issue whenever you're playing in the Philippines, because internet in the Philippines is kind of bad. But then again, we don't want to use that as an excuse. But yeah, I don't know what the problem with that force fields are. But then again, 4 Colossus are out right now, so this is actually a scary play right here. And another 2 is on the way as well. So 6 Colossus. I don't know whoever you are, but when I see 6 Colossus, I just run away and just GG. Because 6 Colossus are really hard to kill. But then again, LiuBei has a lot of Vikings here ready to counter up that amount of Colossus. Oh, losing a couple more Phoenixes right here. Man, I don't know about this.
Very expensive units. He really has to be careful with those Phoenix, because as I said, that's pretty much the only anti-air defense here, and I really feel like the Terran has the upper hand here. I mean, it can go other way because those Colossus are going to be dealing massive amounts of damage to the ground, but if those Phoenix if those Vikings, get, a couple good shots, yeah, and here we go. I think these Vikings are going to clean up. We're going to have to see.
Here we go. Guardian Shields are going up as well. Oh, Vikings are landing as well. Wow, very weird play right here. What is it doing? Oh, nice play right there. Sniping all those Colossus, but a lot of Colossus are still alive, and those bio units are just running away. And LiuBei knows that there is no anti-air right now to deal with those Vikings, so he's just still allowing those Vikings to deal all the damage on the army of Def. Oh, this is so bad for Def, losing all those Colossus so fast. That is so bad. Finally, the rest of the Phoenix army is coming in here to defend those Colossus. That hurts so bad for Def. But 6 Colossus are already out again here for Def as well. Weird.
A bit of a sloppy micro play by both players. I mean, why would you drop those Vikings to ground mode?
Like, that's what I said. Like, why would you land those units? maybe to just take some damage from some of those zealots and then just lift it up again. But I'm not sure that's the best
I'm gonna
idea.
guess this was either a typo or just in the moment sort of freaking out type dealio. And the other thing was after the Colossus started to run, the gateway units pull forward. So then what you want to do is bring your infantry, wipe out those lone gateway units, and then if he pulls the Colossus back, then your Vikings still can, you know, clean them up. So I feel like the Terran could have capitalized a little bit better on that. It was a good job of him though to run away all of his infantry units when the Colossus there were dealing mass amounts of damage. And now what's he doing with these SEVs? He's mass repairing his Vikings, going to get those back into green. And one of the problems I see now for Def is he's got 3 base to 3 base, but it's a gold base and not a gold base. And when you have mules at a gold base, that can be quite troublesome. And
that is very bad. And here we go, a little bit of harassment right here, and the 3rd expansion of Def. So those Marines are doing actually a lot of damage right now. They're just gonna try to run away as fast as possible, try to salvage or try to save their life, but then it's not gonna happen when those Phoenix are out. So yeah, a little bit of good harassment play right there. And yeah, Def is actually a little bit behind in economy, and food-wise, look at the food. It is now 194 against 148 in favor of the Red Terran. So I'm not sure, maybe the next clash will be the last clash, because that's a lot of Marauders right there on the field right now, and those Viking counts are still a lot. So there better be some money force fields around, or I don't know. We will see though. We will see when the engagement happens.
yeah, and I have to say, I hate to say it, but I really cannot see Def winning this. There's just great positions for Vikings on this map, and there's no storm in sight. There's a lot of Phoenix, but I see 2 reactor ports of Vikings, so those Vikings are going to be coming non-stop to counter both Phoenix and Colossus. So it's going to be really come down to good engagements, good micro if Def is going to win this. The Terran has more econ, more units, and yeah, just take it away because I see a battle coming up.
Yeah, this is gonna be pretty interesting. I'm not sure if this is the best location for Def to engage the army of LiuBei right now. And here we go, both players are just getting a feel for each other right now. And Def is actually gonna go to the low ground, huh? He's gonna check if there's an expansion. No, there is not. Or oh no, LiuBei is gonna go for a counter attack. Wow, he's gonna be able to take down this expansion right here for Def with no problem at all with this amount of Marauders. He might be able to take out 2 bases, so he might go for a base race right here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is gonna be so fast. It's gonna be ending real quick as well. Wow, this is gonna be so bad. Oh, those SCVs repairing that Planetary Fortress so well. Wow,
Phoenix
this is
gonna
not a
pick them
good
up, though,
gamble.
now.
Yeah.
I think the Phoenix can pick up those SCVs and stop the repair, and you know what? He should realize the whole army is not there, so he either needs to charge with all his units into that base or run home. And I feel like he's not being decisive here, and if I felt he was losing before, I really feel he's losing now. Terran going to come back, and maybe Def can grab a good position and clean this up, and I think that will be the only way he can take this game at this point, unless, you know, as if the Terran makes a big micro blunder and he manages to clean this army up. But Terran's smartly going around the other way so that he can regain position next to the planetary and fight with it on his side,
Yeah,
rather than running through the Protoss.
Yes, Def right now is really behind. Look at the food or the minerals right now. 3,000 minerals banked up for the Terran, so he can just easily remax whenever he loses all of his army. But that's not really the same situation for the Protoss player. And this is so bad right now for Mr. Def. And yeah, he's complaining a little bit of lag. I guess I have to say it's a little bit of lag, and he usually plays in the Southeast Asian server, and he doesn't really like to play a lot on this server as well. So SCV is going down right there. That's a little bit of good job right there, but then Colossus getting sniped right there. Hi, Mr. LiuBei. LiuBei is trying his best.